Hey, hey, we are live. Welcome to the Green Umbrella Live Lunch. Just another regular episode, nothing special, nothing to see here. Only episode 200. That's like crazy, absolutely
It's like
crazy.
200.
We'll talk about that more in just a second. So,
Yeah,
we've hardly spoken this. It's like last week we spent most of the week together.
yeah,
And then with it being a 4-day week, it's like flashing by, and I think we've had like one 20-second conversation. So how have
yeah.
you been this week?
Good. It's been very busy, but really, really good. And we got some lovely feedback from a client this week, which just set me up for a lovely week. How the socials are going really well, and that the leads and the clients off the back of it is it's doing well. So that perked me up a little bit. I have been poorly, so I've been a bit ugh, but
Yeah. Do you know, I've had a message from someone this morning actually who is just saying that they've been having a really tough time in business, and how we've sort of just how we've helped pull them through, not just from the marketing side of things, but just sort of just being there,
yeah,
just doing our thing and all that kind of stuff. And it's see me getting shifted and getting uncomfortable now. My body language is saying a lot, but it was a beautiful message to receive. So I think we're quite privileged, really.
yeah, we're very
Yeah,
lucky.
yeah. So episode 200. That is it's a hell of a milestone, definitely.
Mhm.
Definitely. I just can't believe from where this started, sort of just before lockdown in 2020, and it was one of those things where we'll just, live streaming was really sort of suddenly coming into its own in terms of episodic content. The
Mhm.
software that was available was so much easier and worked really well, and it was just like it just felt like the right time to start. And initially, the idea was just to run it for a few weeks
Yeah,
and just, we everywhere else in the world was in lockdown. We knew we would be. We wouldn't get the time together. Okay, let's do this because it would replace that time together in the office. Thought it would run a few weeks, a couple of months maybe, but yeah, 200 episodes later is just crazy, just absolutely crazy.
I mean, we all thought we were only going to be in lockdown for a couple of weeks. So,
I know, and when I
and now
think,
look at us, 4 years later. I feel like we're still in it sometimes.
but it's like back then, TikTok was only just a thing.
Mm,
Um, Clubhouse was in its prime. It's was it in its prime, or had it just no, in fact Clubhouse was just, so we've seen Clubhouse come, rise, and then disappear.
yeah,
TikTok was this thing that was just sort of happening, and that's just grown into the giant it is, and now we all know what's going on with TikTok right now. um it's just crazy. Like LinkedIn just seems to have had this rebirth in terms of
yeah,
what's going on there. So we've definitely seen some changes in terms of the social media world over that time. And then obviously within the business as well, we've had people come and go. We've had like times where it's been like 5 of us on live lunch, and I think that was always too many people. I
yeah,
think
yeah.
2 or 3 is a good number because conversation just flows a bit easier, and there's a less opportunity for me to say embarrassing things.
Really?
I think so. I haven't dropped any clangers for a while. Definitely swear less these days because I don't get caught up in all
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. I think when there's four, even 4 or 5 people, I think the ones that I've previously watched, they seem a bit dead. But I think that's because people don't know when to. You don't want to be cutting in, so you're like, oh, I'll say that in a minute. I'll say that. But
absolutely.
we love the embarrassing things and your rants, Christina.
Yeah, I don't think anything's ever going to stop the rants from happening. They're
No.
always going to be a thing. Always. In fact, anyone connected to me on LinkedIn or following me on Instagram, there was a bit of a rant post yesterday, but I tried to do it I think, sometimes I feel like social media posts sometimes are more of a cathartic exercise.
Yeah,
That was definitely the case for me. Yes, I'd been asked the same question one too many times, and I just had to let it out. But yeah, like I say, 200 episodes. We've had some guests over that time as well, and really, really interesting things as well. We've had people talk about public speaking. We've had Paul Green, who's a regular viewer over on Facebook, has been on a couple of times, talk about networking, small business. We've had people talk about leadership. I think this was before your time, Kim. I had my insights profile done, and the lady that did that profile basically gave us the results on live lunch. So that was uncomfortable.
Was it?
Yeah. So we've done so. We've been live from events like the.
Mike, and do you know what? The ones live from Rec Expo.
Yeah.
They are my favourite, just because seeing Mark run around like Challenge Annika in absolute chaos. I'm just going to say hello. It was just brilliant. And I was in the office at the time, kind of manning the phones and stuff. And there was a couple of others. And it was just brilliant to kind of just sit and watch. Like, there was absolutely no sense to it, but you just got a feel of like how exciting the event was.
Yeah, it's been great, and I feel like we should do more of that. We should do more like live lunch on the road type episodes. I mean, they tend to be the shorter ones because you can't hold about doing stuff. But yeah, there's been some
live lunch on the road.
Oh, and truly live lunch on the run.
On the run, yes.
More apt, definitely more apt.
Right. So, what's been your favourite episode, if you can pick one?
Oh gosh, do you know, I was thinking about this. What's my favourite? So we had Stephen O'Donnell on once as a guest and talking about basically live streaming, the things you can do with video, and he brought little Steve on.
Yeah,
you know, yeah, his little character of himself dancing around the stage and things like that. So that was quite cool. I think a lot of people were wowed by that one.
Yeah,
they're not used to seeing stuff like that. So yeah, Paul Green's just said he loved little Steve. So that was an entertaining one. Definitely.
I wonder if you're going to pick the same as me as well.
Go on, what's yours?
No, go on, keep going.
Go on, what's yours? I'm struggling. Harge.
Yeah. I think he was my favourite, like his whole story and stuff. Like, obviously we know his story, but just what he's gone through and where he is now and all that sort of stuff and the public speaking. Yeah, I just think his whole story was very relatable. Yeah, and we love Harge anyway, don't we? So
yeah, so Harge Ghali, if you haven't checked him out, go and hunt him down. So fantastic story of. He had a gambling addiction and was over 200 grand in gambling debt and has just turned his life around essentially. And he's now doing loads and loads of work, especially in the Asian community, around raising awareness of gambling addictions. He's now speaking for so many organisations, but he was in he was on the BBC, the BBC. Right, he's just doing more and more stuff. I'm actually catching up with him later this afternoon, all being well, because I haven't spoken for a couple of weeks. But yeah, just a phenomenal, very much a heart-led leader, and just doing amazing work. And just
more than anything else, he's just a bloody good guy, isn't he?
He's my boy. He is.
He's just yeah.
Paul Green's just said the Bone China lady. Yeah, Susan Rose.
Of course.
So just so creative, so creative. There are certain things in this country that we talk about. Actually, people don't talk about them. That's part of the problem. But there are, English bone china is something that is essentially dying out. There's so many things like this, but. Susan is a creator, a manufacturer of English bone china. It's all created using traditional methods in Stoke, but she does all the artwork as well. She's just phenomenal, and she wouldn't mind me saying it, but mad as a box of frogs with it. And
She,
just,
do you know what? When she came into the office that time, she's like the auntie that comes for the weekend, and she's just so, you can see everything about her is creative. Do you know what I mean?
she's excited, but you want to be around people that are excited by
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
And
So that's her Instagram.
Very special humans. Yeah, Susan Rose China.
I don't think it's going to focus. Maybe that's my camera.
Yeah,
But yeah, Susan Rose China on Instagram. Go give her a follow.
Yeah, she was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, we've kind of fallen out the habit of getting guests on. We need to, so let's commit for the next 100 episodes. We're going to get guests back into the frame again.
So we're definitely doing this for another 100 episodes, are we?
Well, I think we should.
Okay, good.
It gives us time to catch up. It gives us to actually talk about the business of what we do and that kind of thing. What's happening in the social media world, the marketing world.
Otherwise, we just don't talk to each other.
Well, we do, but not about this stuff. We
talk
about the client stuff and what's happening in the moment rather than the overview stuff. And we were having a conversation this week about I've been doing this since 2013. There's a lot of knowledge up here, and there's a lot of I forgot the word. When you just do intuition.
Yeah.
There's knowledge and the intuition, and it's hard to train that into somebody else unless you have these types of conversations. It's not something you can just sort of download, record a video, and it sits there for people to tap into. So conversations like this are really, really important. And it also makes me reflect on the conversations I've had this week. So my rant yesterday, right, so we're on a 4-day week, and there's already
how triggered you are.
There's a couple of conversations that are just like, oh, not good. So I was doing a live session, and one of the questions in the comments was, when's the best time to post? And I'm like, dude, you're on this because you don't freaking post. Why are you worrying about when the best time is? Just get posting. Oh, but does the algorithm like this and does the algorithm like that? The algorithm likes what the people that see your content like. So worry about the people, not the algorithm.
Yeah.
When you're a well-oiled machine and you are like chucking out that content left, right, and centre, then we can start tweaking things and go, right, okay, well, if we did it this way instead, then the algorithm's going to favour that more. But we're going to be doing that knowing that the thing we started with is the thing that people liked.
Yeah.
If we just create content for the algorithm and the audience doesn't actually like it, it's going to fall flat anyway. So stop worrying about when's the best time to post. Just post. Get posting. Just get posting. Because if I posted about this on LinkedIn, and fantastic with Jo Major. If you're interested in EDI, go follow Jo Major. But she commented and said, like, she'd seen the post and she was like, 100%. She used to have it in her schedule. She needed to post it at 6 a.m. every morning. She'd be like trotting off in her pajamas to her office or wherever to write that post. Well, if you're writing content to a schedule, you might not be in the right mindset for it.
Yeah, and also a lot of the, a lot of the stuff that lands the best is those moments where you've just come out of a meeting and something's popped up and you're just, social media is so simple, yet people make it so difficult because like we hear about all the algorithms and this, and we think there's like a massive, like it has to be strategic and it has to be done this way, this way, this way. Just be you.
Yeah. I think this people think that social media is easy. And it is easy to post something.
Yeah.
It is. But more often than not, that's the block that people have got.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll be at the right time. I don't know if it's the right format.
Yeah.
I don't know if people will like it, so therefore I'll post nothing.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know if it's the right thing. I don't know what to post. And it's like all these questions, like, let's just get going.
Yeah.
Put a post together for a client based on a throwaway comment they made. And it was one of the best performing posts last week.
Yeah.
It's literally like just like half the sentence creating a post around that point, and it just flew. So it is these things that occur to you, they're the ones that get the traction.
Yeah.
That little frustration that you've got, that answer to a question that you're scared to give, but everyone needs to hear.
It's emotive, and it's
exactly. And people either go like, "Oh shit, I really need to hear that," or "Oh crap, that's me."
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones that are going to come back and engage with you more and more. When they're doing that, that's the biggest thing that triggers the algorithm. So we're all thinking about it backwards.
And it's okay to have an opinion on something. I think we're scared to have an opinion. Obviously, if you're the type that's just keep your opinions to yourself. But if there's a topic,
don't keep it to yourself. Don't keep it to yourself. Just apply a filter.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like keep it. You don't have to go on a whole trolling thing. But if you have an opinion on something, give it in like an objective way. It's okay for everybody to have different opinions. You're not going to lose a client because you don't agree on something, or you're not going to lose all of your followers because one person doesn't like it, but you've got 20 people in your comments that do agree, or it has affected them, or it is a pain point in their business. So that's what I meant by like, it's so simple, like, because we naturally have the answers for a lot of things, I think, but people just don't want to put them out there. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I've just got no filter. I have got a filter, actually. I feel like just saying that means I've got no. No, but do you know what I mean, though? I feel like, yeah.
But I think this is the thing. Okay, so I think you have to have standards.
Yeah.
And you have to have boundaries.
Yeah.
You need to know what they are. Okay. And so if you can make sure your content sits within those boundaries, then you're cool. You're good to go.
Yeah.
And it is. And I think from a personal brand perspective, it is about identifying what are your values, what are the things you fall for, what are your non-negotiables, what are your boundaries. And as long as you maintain your content within that, you're always going to be good.
Yeah.
And some people won't like it. Good. They can go find someone they do like, because they were never going to spend money with you anyway.
Exactly.
And that brings me to like the other thing that's like got me this week, and I feel like I don't want to say let myself down, but I feel like I'm clearly just still not doing enough. Okay. This is around the whole lead generation piece. So I spoke to someone on Tuesday who basically they've got lead magnets in their business. Okay, so they've got ways of getting leads, but the leads are not coming through. So they're looking at the lead magnet, like, what's wrong with it? Why don't people want it? I'm like, okay, how are you promoting this?
Mm-hmm.
They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, when did you last post on social media that you've got this resource available? Oh, maybe there's the problem.
Yeah.
Right, maybe we're not shouting about what we've got, and putting it out there, running ads to it, whatever it might be. So there's that side of it. And then I had another conversation yesterday, and it was that they're looking at that, they feel like they've really put some effort into their social media presence. They've got good brand awareness now, but they need leads. I'm like, okay, brilliant, fantastic. That's the right way to do it. Build the audience so you've got someone to speak to get leads in. They're nice and warmed up. Fantastic. What we got to give them? Nothing. So we've got this problem with lead generation where either we've put so much time into creating this fantastic resource and then not telling anyone about it.
Yeah.
Or we're putting all this effort into building an audience and getting engagement and then actually don't have anything to serve.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why is it after, like, say, 2013? That's a lot of years I've been doing this. So how is it that people in my network still haven't got the message? I have to take responsibility for that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm clearly not shouting loud enough about this. And this is that people go, oh, social media doesn't bring results. Well, no, it doesn't if you don't generate leads from it.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to get involved in another project that's just going to cost me money and not bring results. Well, the projects you've invested in previously what are we doing to promote those? What are we doing to get those out there?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like people are their own worst enemies.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, let's just do it. Let's just do, people liking your posts, commenting on your posts. When you see the same names crop up again and again and again, and you're complaining you're not getting leads, have you DM'd them and started a conversation?
Yeah.
They clearly like you. They're engaging with you regularly. Have you taken that step and followed up and put yourself out there in a one-to-one capacity? And I think this is the thing. Like, people don't want to put themselves out there on social media.
Yeah.
They say, "Oh no, I'm much better one-to-one." But then when they've got to do the one-to-one, they step back from that as well.
Yeah.
And let's face it, the last 6 months, last 18 months, for most businesses have been a struggle.
Yeah.
We're having that conversation on a daily basis. Like I said, I've had a message this morning from someone. They're just like, they've been back and forth on whether or not to continue in business. And I've had a client at the end, I haven't told you about this conversation actually, Kim, but a previous client, I should say, spoke to me at the end of last week just to update me on what's happening in her business. And she's closing it down. She's got a full-time position that she's going to instead.
Wow. She
just doesn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah. Sometimes it is like because it is difficult, and we're definitely seeing it. And I've got friends that have got businesses. Everybody is feeling it, and sometimes you do just get to the point, I guess, where you go, I'm just going to go and work for somewhere. I don't need this. It's easier to go and take employment when it's financial. Do you know what I mean? Like, at least I know my bills are all going to be paid, blah, blah. Then, yeah, it must be tough. I mean, I've never owned a business. Well, apart from this one.
You feel the pain through me, though.
But, well, yeah, we're a team. But do you know what I mean? Like, it must be really difficult. So, yeah.
It is tough out there for a lot of people. And I think this is the thing. When we started it, like the first 50 episodes that we did of Live Lunch, at that point, everyone had no choice but to market themselves through.
Yeah.
And I honestly thought people would learn that lesson. They would carry that forward.
Yeah.
So, like I said, over the last 18 months, I've seen several businesses close. And most of them, part of the issue is that they've been in panic mode and they've drawn back.
Yeah.
And it is like you've got to, you've got to balance the book. So they're cutting costs and that kind of thing. But what they've done is they've cut marketing cost and stopped marketing. You can cut marketing cost and keep marketing. And I think that's a mistake that people have made. And like I said, it is, when I think about sort of 2020, early 21, a lot of people were marketing their way through. And yeah, there was government support and that kind of thing. But let's face it, the businesses that needed it the most couldn't get it.
Yeah.
And marketed their way through. And it's a lesson that's been forgotten, which is frustrating. But yeah, there you go. All right, okay, let's move on. So, social media news this week.
Mm-hmm.
What you got? Anything exciting? I've only got a couple of things because
same. What have I got? I've saved some pages. Okay, so this was quite interesting. LinkedIn shares new insight into professional use of generative AI. Okay, and the stat that stood out to me is apparently, according to their survey, 66% of leaders would not hire someone without AI skills.
That is interesting.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I know everybody sort of like uses AI and dabbles in it, but to have actual skills, employees from every single age group are bringing their AI skills to work. So Gen Z, 18 to 25, 28, 85%, millennials, 78%, Gen X, 76%, and boomers, 73%. But go on, the boomers. I think that's quite high.
Yeah. But the thing is, how
My
many
son always calls me a boomer, and now I've just read that it means it's 58 plus. So I'm going to have him for that when he gets home from school.
You're not. We had this conversation the other day. You're not a boomer. I think you're probably a millennial, aren't you?
I'm a millennial, yeah.
Yeah. Whereas I'm like millennial, Gen X.
You're a Millennials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Millennials or a Genial.
Yeah, we'll go with Millennials.
Genial sounds like
all
you trip for the doctors. Yeah.
All chaperone. Okay, yeah, no, that is interesting. I saw it was trending on LinkedIn actually, probably about 3-4 weeks ago, that more, should businesses be into their sort of C-suite structure? Should they bring in? I've just seen Paul's comment. You're booming, not a boomer. There you go.
That's probably the nicest thing you've ever said to me on here, Paul. So appreciate you.
So this article on LinkedIn was trending, and it was about businesses looking at a C-suite structure. Should they be bringing in a chief AI officer now?
Wow.
So it is like, AI, people are worried about AI taking jobs away, but I think, it's going to be creating or replacing is probably a better word. Some of the roles that exist will be replaced by more sort of supervisory roles.
Yeah.
I think quality roles, that kind of thing, to make sure that what AI is creating makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so that links with one of the things I saw. So Meta has, I don't know if you've ever noticed it, but Meta has an AI, basically a made with AI label for images now. If it also detects that an image has been created, then there's this little label that appears. But it's now going to add it into the posting options, so that if you know you're posting something that's been created with AI, you can select that label yourself. And it's all about, basically, they want people to disclose that they're using AI to create stuff.
Yeah.
Basically to protect. Okay, my filter just kicked in.
I literally saw it.
Yeah.
The shutter came down. Protect yourself, Christina. Think about what you're going to say.
Saying it. Protect the naive.
Okay, right, yeah. People that believe everything.
Yeah, basically.
The gullible ones.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. The people whose opinions can be easily swayed by something that isn't real. Think like fake news.
Yeah.
Okay. It's basically it's about doing something to try and prevent what happened with the whole fake news thing happening again.
Yeah.
So I think it's quite good that people will be able to self-select that label. I'm not sure they will.
Yeah.
If it's a completely ridiculous image, then yes, they
will.
Yeah. But I think people that have those negative intentions, why would they select it?
No, they're not going to.
Another reason for them doing it is that there is a business for people creating a page or a group even, and filling it with content to build an audience. And it is this type of highly engaging, the type of content that makes people go wow, building a massive audience, then basically selling that asset.
Yeah. So
that's another reason for it as well, to try and sort of counteract that too.
Interesting. But yeah, I don't, like you say, if someone's got bad intentions, they're not going to go, oh, I didn't make this myself.
Yeah.
That's how I imagine they talk.
Yeah. So it's like if someone wanted to disparage you, and it's like, here's an image of Christina snorting cocaine off the back of a octopus. It's like made with AI. People are just not going to put that label on. But I would think that the image would be ridiculous enough.
Yeah.
People would go, okay, yeah, that's not true.
Yeah, she doesn't know. She doesn't know.
I'd be looking at it going, I didn't know an octopus had a back.
Yeah. Which side is the back?
Oh my God.
We were doing so well.
And you know, the filter kicked in to say like you shouldn't say that on a live stream, and I just went with it anyway.
Good. Because who's going to fire you?
I know Paul
Not
Green's
me.
just said he's just writing the prompt now, so we'll see that image later.
Brilliant. Please do it, Paul. Don't share it on socials. Just send it to us.
Yeah. On another note, have you seen the new stickers on Instagram?
No.
Yeah, there's 4 of them. I won't remember what they all are now. I won't remember what they all are. So there's 4 new stickers. So one of them it's a bit weird, and I haven't seen anyone using it yet. I've tried it, but I haven't experienced it, if you know what I mean.
Frames.
So, yeah, so a frame is like a Polaroid. So you upload your image. Yeah, that's it.
But it's the correct there.
You can upload your image and then put an image in the frame as well, and it like will blur out the image in the background, so it does look quite good.
OMG.
So do you like that one? Bit different on the visuals.
Yeah, I'm all about the Instagram visuals at the moment.
Cutouts. Okay, I'll talk to you about reveal in a second. So you can do cutouts now. So cutouts have been around for a little while anyway, but they're just doing more with that. So being able to, you know, use yourself as a cutout in a sticker.
Oh yeah, look. There's Andy from Team.
There you go. You see?
There we go.
So it's quite interesting what's on camera roll.
Sorry?
So who else is in your camera roll?
I just love recruitment. No, I got some photos actually from a client. I don't just randomly have Angela and Andy on my saved camera roll. I don't think. I will have some great photos from the team.
I know who the client is now. I've just realised it's Thursday morning. They're all in London together, aren't they?
Yes, they are. The team.
Yeah. So okay. So right. So what have we done? We've done the cutout, the frame.
And there is
the
add yours.
Right. So add yours. You can add music. So you can respond to a story with a track.
I don't get it.
So let's say you put story up.
Yep.
And I wanted to respond to that story. Like I could send you something like Eye of the Tiger in response to your story.
Right. Good. Pointless.
You know, you might do a story first thing in the morning, and I respond with a track that is that today is going to be a good day. Do you know that song?
Yeah, no.
Good morning.
Let's not. Paul says it sounds like he has competition for stalking. What I do in my spare time, Paul, is none of your business. Okay.
But you could do a story that's like, this is happening, respond with your best track, and it'd be add yours, and they can send you tracks. So I just
so like a caption type thing. What you could kind of a picture of you doing something with an octopus on its back. I don't know, and then people could send in.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
It's another engagement thing, and then the other thing is, and I've forgotten what they've called it now, but essentially reveal. That's it. You upload the photo, and then you put the reveal sticker on top, and it's like, you know, guess what I'm doing today, and they click on the sticker, and that reveals the image.
Oh, because we're all nosy buggers, and if something tells us to press to see something, we're going to press. Bang! There goes the algorithm. Absolutely. Very clever.
So yeah, but I haven't actually seen anyone using it yet. Although now I'm going to grab my phone and just check.
I'm doing it right now.
Are you? It's like I feel like it could be quite good, but I'm just not.
I mean, it hasn't blocked the image for me.
That's what I'm saying. It's like when you do it, you see everything.
Right, I'm going to post it. Check on my.
Yeah, go. It's all happening live, folks.
It's live. It's lunchtime. It's live lunchtime. That's not what it's called, but.
Oh, I haven't seen your stories today.
Excuse me?
Oh, it's not there yet.
Stories. In fact, don't check my stories because I'd still like to be employed.
Not seen it. It's not there yet.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
There you
there
go. That's what somebody else.
Yeah, there
How
you
handsome
go.
is he?
Message to reveal. Oh, that's it. So I have to send you a message. And once I've sent you the message, then I have to.
Oh yeah, and then very handsome is it?
Oh, everyone saw that, Kim.
I mean, it's on my Instagram story, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but you could do a story that's like five ways to whatever, message to reveal, and then they can see the
Yeah.
5 ways.
5 content
So
tips, like content ideas for the week, whatever.
Yeah, it's a bit like gated content essentially, but you just have to send that and the message is just well, you can type something in, I'm sure, but it's just an emoji.
You can type something in, but wow, I actually like that one. Oh, I'm gonna have some fun on Instagram later.
Paul Green's just asked that little image that popped up if that's your Tinder picture.
No, I'd probably have more luck with that, Paul, to be honest. So I feel like I need to explain the picture because people would have seen it. Right. So basically, I have a personal trainer, don't I? And I haven't been very good lately, okay? I'm making all sorts of excuses.
You've not been very well there, and you've been working very hard.
Yeah. So I was on a FaceTime. Yeah, I was on a FaceTime to her yesterday, and she was giving me an absolute telling off while she's having a takeaway. Right? So I was like, well, that's content. She gave me a bollocking for having a takeaway. She's having a takeaway. And then there was the next one where she's telling me off, but in the bottom of the screen, I don't know, I'm clearly not taking it very seriously. And then I finished it with, well, maybe she's got a point. So look, I'll throw myself out there on social. I don't care.
This is the thing, though, isn't it? It's like people get to know who you are, how you are. They've got reasons to you. They got things in common to talk to you about, and it's like that's
in common.
and the rest of it. So yeah, okay. So those are my 2 news bits basically from this week: the Instagram stickers and the AI label.
I realised that was really creepy for everybody that can't see the comment section. I said, "You're welcome." Yeah. Swipe right.
What else? What else have you got?
Mental illness, clearly. What else have I got? Key posting tips for LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook infographics.
Oh, I saw this and I thought,
excuse me.
Is that it?
It's not great. Keep the LinkedIn has over 2 billion members, 200 countries. Okay. Include keywords relating to your niche, that you want to target. Obvious. Include bold, eye-catching imagery. Selfies work well. Obvious. Keep the caption short, snappy, with insightful takeaways. Don't often agree with that. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so know your audience, right? So we all have a preferred a preferred communication style. Like we're visual, we're auditory, or we're kinesthetic.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got people that would prefer to listen to a podcast or watch the podcast on YouTube, or they don't do the podcast because they're reading books instead.
Yeah.
Okay, so like if we think about it that way, and you can understand from people's language, the way that they talk, that they'll use certain words that are either visual, auditory, or kinesthetic as well. So when you understand that, you can start to build that into your content. But it's also, the people that are more auditory, more kinesthetic, they're going to appreciate video more.
Yeah.
Okay. The people that if you think about the length of the caption,
yeah,
like some people like it short and snappy, some people prefer longer form.
Yeah.
The best thing to do is to write a blog which is long form, and then take bits out of it. Some things that just 2 or 3 sentences, some things that are like maybe 250, 300 words. And that way you're catering for everyone, but you're still all those juicy keywords.
Yeah.
You know, so it is a honestly, I feel like doing a mix. Why can't I talk today? Doing a mix between.
Have
In
you had
fact,
the octopus round?
do you know what it is? This is the first sort of call type thing I've had today. So I don't think I've actually spoken until doing this today. That's probably what the problem is.
Yeah. I mean,
trying
we
to
did
do
speak earlier.
vocals to.
Yeah, we did speak earlier, and I can confirm you were incoherent. Yeah.
We did. See, I didn't even remember that.
Oh dear.
Clearly wasn't very engaging call, Kim. Try better.
No, I mean, yeah.
But yeah, so when I think about a couple of clients we're working on right now, we're doing a mix. And to be honest, it doesn't really change the results, whether it is long or short in terms of that copy. But different people are engaging based on. I'm seeing engagements from different people on content. So, yeah. Paul, no, I haven't had my mushrooms yet. That's like I haven't. All I've had today is water. I've not even had one of my wacky teas. When I say wacky tea, it's things like turmeric tea and ginger tea, and I got a tea called Feel Good. It's got like cardamom and licorice and stuff like that in it. Not all I've had today is water.
Water.
Yeah.
Good.
Feel great though.
Feel good.
Okay, so so that's LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Did I say anything else about LinkedIn?
Right, so LinkedIn. No, it was those three things. Instagram, make sure you tag locations to make use of the geolocations, targeting in organic content. Obvious. Write detailed captions and complement the image and video within the post. Imagery.
Okay, do people actually read the captions on Instagram, do you think? Because I don't think they do.
Not that much. No. It's more of a.
I don't even think they read the comments.
I very rarely read the comments.
Yeah, Instagram's very much a one-way conversation. So having longer captions is more about being able to get your keywords in there to help with discoverability.
Yeah.
I think on Instagram, really is a case of that first line of your caption is really important.
That's your hook.
Yeah. So that first line's that's got to be powerful.
Yeah.
But essentially, the image has to do it all.
AI. Facebook, include call to actions to further engage users to take direct actions. Video content that encourages extended watch time performs very well on Facebook, and captions should spark conversation and foster ongoing engagement. So yeah, basically a no news story. And that is from sources, LinkedIn, About Us, Statistics, and Sprout Social, but it was Giraffe Social that released it, which is why you should stick to the only giraffe you need to know in this business, which is us. So
yeah. Anything else you saw this week?
Have I seen anything this week? No. I'm trying to think. Not what I've personally experienced. No, not a lot.
Yeah, it's been quiet. And so, I mean, we are coming. May's always a bit of a funny month because of having the 2 bank holidays. There's quite of like Easter, Christmas, and this point now. There's hardly anything that happens.
Yeah.
And then we'll probably get a flurry towards the end of June of updates and changes and things like that.
Well, there'll be lots of news in June, won't there? Because we're busy in June. 2 very, very important dates. Very important dates.
I was just about to ask you what the second date is, but it's your birthday, isn't it?
Yeah,
remembered.
and team have kindly agreed to throw me a 90s theme party, which is wonderful news.
Very good. Okay, so there's one thing I was going to say to you. Do you remember last week we talked about those freaking LinkedIn games?
I completely forgot about those. I forgot they even existed until you just said.
Exactly. Right. Apart from the notifications are driving me insane now.
Oh, I haven't seen. To be fair,
Yeah, I'm getting notifications reminding me to play. Your reminder, Queen's 9 is ready, play now. Your reminder, Cross Climb 9 is ready, play now. And I'm like, leave me alone.
see, which is funny because I haven't got any of those notifications, and one of us did really well at them, and one of us did not so well. So maybe LinkedIn have gone, just leave it out. There's no point.
The thing is, you can turn off the notifications, which
Oh,
I've
lovely.
never. So yeah, I was like, yeah, I can't cope with this anymore. It's got to go.
It's too much.
Those notifications have gone. See, this is what happens. Like we're live, and I open my phone to like show something, and then I get distracted.
Distracted? You?
I know I have a problem with distraction. We know this. We know this.
Yeah. No, I haven't got any notifications. Oh my God, you know what? I was really, something did happen this week that I was like, so I put up a post and then someone took inspiration from my post and made their own. Theirs has done better than mine, okay, which I'm slightly bitter about. But how cool is that?
Very cool. Which post was it?
So it was a post for team conference, and I posted some.
Oh yeah, and I know who's
Yeah. And so where is it? Here she is. Look at her, eh? She's going to do great things in life. So I posted that because obviously they are throwing me a 90s theme party. It's just the conference. So I said I might even dust off my old shell suit, and as you can see, I was a trendsetter back in the day. And then Andy had to go one better, and he used to be a bauble at Wimbledon. But I thought that was really cool that somebody had seen. So I was like, stop it. So, yeah.
Cool. What is 90s theme?
90s is, oh my God, we could totally like get some fancy dress.
No, I don't do fancy dress.
Oh, I think we should. It's for a good occasion. 90s fancy dress. Let's have a look. What we got here?
Can I just wear a band's t-shirt? Will that do? Is that 90s stuff?
Images. Oh, fantastic. I've got it. This is what we're going as. Hang on, let it focus. There you go. I think we would look great. Even better. Remember Dumb and Dumber? Dumb and Dumber? No.
Well, yeah, but I'm not wearing any of that.
Okay. Mel B. Do you want to go as Mel B? Bananas in pajamas. No one will know that it's us. We can be as outrageous as we want. No, not selling you on that one. Okay. Or, now I think I can see you in this. Look at her. Or we can just wear something colourful, basically.
Colourful I can do.
Yeah, colourful. Ali G. Mario and Luigi. You be Mario, I'll be Luigi, obvs. I don't know. It's 90s theme, so does that? I'm not sure. Do you have to dress up in 90s theme, or is it just the music that's 19?
Well, the music will be 90s theme, but it's yeah. I'm just like
if you turned up dressed as bananas and pajamas.
Some kind of but I'm like it doesn't have to be a dress up.
Got my costume.
Oh God.
Yeah. I'd actually do that. This is getting out of hand. Teletubbies. Or we
So
could just get a t-shirt that says I love 90s.
Yeah, that'll do. Let's do that.
Yeah, you can get some nice 90s themed t-shirts. Yeah. Maybe we'll get some like accessories.
Okay.
We are thrilled.
I just don't do the dress up. It's like it's just some people love that stuff. I just don't.
Yeah, I've never been to a fancy dress party in my life. The thought of it absolutely terrifies me. Don't know why. But it's just Ali G in his mankini, and nobody wants to see that, Paul. Not from me, at least. It'll be like the bit in Sing 2 when the pigs all dress. Never mind.
Okay, I think on that note, we should wrap up episode 200. This has been the perfect example of the Green Umbrella Live Lunch. Bit of seriousness, bit of random conversation. I said something embarrassing halfway through. Like, we've seen an inappropriate photo of you. It's the perfect live lunch episode for 200. So let's call it a day there. And have an amazing week, everyone. It feels like, I'm going to whisper it. Feels like the weather's turned. Maybe this is the beginning of summer.
I worked out in the garden earlier, so that's exactly what I'm going to go and do again now.
I thought you meant like press ups and
I did.
Just me happy. So have an amazing week. Let's hope the weather holds out now, and we will see you next Thursday, 12 noon, for episode 201 of the Green Umbrella Live Lunch. I nearly blew everyone a kiss then. Fuck it, let's do it.
Bye.